Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go with the question. Which of the following are the zeros of the function f of x equals to 1 over 10 times x square, positive 1 over 5 times x, positive 1 over 20. Okay, here to get the zeros for the function f of x, what we have to do is we have to equate this f of x to 0. Since the f of x equals to 0, the stuff we have over here for f of x must be equal to 0. Then we get the equation 1 over 10 times x square, positive 1 over 5 times x, positive 1 over 20 equals to 0. Here we have a quadratic equation in standard form. If I can get rid of the fractions 1 over 10, 1 over 5 and 1 over 20, the solving process of this quadratic equation will become easier. Okay, to get rid of these three fractions, we have to find the least common multiple of the denominators 10, 5 and 20. Okay, now let me find the least common multiple of the three denominators 10, 5 and 20. Okay, what is the greatest common divisor for these three numbers 10, 5 and 20? That is 5. So we can divide by 5. When I divide this 10 by 5, I am getting 2 and here 1, I am getting 4. Now, is there any common divisor for these all the three numbers over here other than 1? No, but we have common divisor for these 2 and 4, that is 2. So we can divide it by 2. When I divide this 2 by 2, I am getting 1. So this 1 is not divisible by these 2. So we can write this 1 as it is. When I divide this 4 by 2, I am getting 2. Okay, is there any common divisor for all these three numbers other than 1? No. At least for two numbers? No, there is no common divisor even for two numbers. Now we have to stop the process. We have to multiply the numbers. I circle now. So 5 times 2 is 10, 10 times 1 is 10, 10 times 1 is 10, 10 times 2 is 20. So 20 is the least common multiple of the three denominators we have over here. Now we can multiply both sides of this equation by the least common multiple 20 to get rid of the denominators. Once I get rid of the denominators, the fractions will be no more. Okay, now let me multiply both sides of this equation by 20 and 20 times 1 over 10 times x square, positive 1 over 5 times x, positive 1 over 20 equals to 20 times 0. Okay, here we can distribute this 20 to all the terms inside the parenthesis over here. Then I'm getting 20 times 1 over 10 x square, positive 20 times 1 over 5 times x, positive 20 times 1 over 20. On the right side, 20 times 0 is 0. Here 10 goes into 10 one times, 10 goes into 20 two times. Here 5 goes into 5 one times, 5 goes into 24 times. Here this 20 will cancel out. I am getting 2x square, positive 4x, positive 1 equals to 0. Okay, here we have the quadratic equation in standard form. I think this quadratic equation cannot be solved by factoring. Then we have to use a quadratic formula to solve this quadratic equation. For that, we have to compare this quadratic equation over here with ax square, positive bx or positive c equals to 0. So when I do such comparison, for a I am getting 2, that is a coefficient of x square, and for b I am getting 4, that is a coefficient of x. For c I am getting 1, that's a constant term. Okay, now let me write the quadratic formula over here, that is x equals to negative b positive or negative square root of b square negative 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, here x equals to, we can plug in the values for a, b, c over here. We know that the b is 4, then we get negative 4 positive or negative square root of 4 square, negative 4 times the value of a is 2 and the value of a is 1 divided by 2 times a, that is 2 times 2. Then we get x equals to negative 4 positive or negative square root of, okay, here the 4 square is 16, negative 4 times 2 times 1 is 8 divided by 2 times 2 is 4 in denominator. We get x equals to negative 4 positive or negative square root of 16, negative 8 is just 8 divided by 4. Okay, let me continue over here. X equals to negative 4 positive or negative square root of, this 8 can be written as 2 times 2 divided by 4. Okay, x equals to negative 4 positive or negative. Okay, for every two same numbers multiplied inside the square root, one number can be taken out. So for these two 2's, 1, 2 can be taken out. Still we have 1, 2 inside the square root divided by 4. Okay, here when I consider the expression in numerator, so both negative 4 and 2 times square root of 2 are multiples of 2, so we can factor 2 out. Okay, when 2 is factored out, to get the stuff inside the parenthesis, we have to divide both these terms by the one I factor, that is 2. When I divide this negative 4 by this 2, I am getting negative 2. When I divide this one by 2, the 2 over here and 2 over here will cancel. I am getting positive or negative square root of 2 over 4. Okay, I have done factoring. Now 2 goes into 2 one times and 2 goes into 4 two times. Okay, here I get x equals to negative 2 positive or negative square root of 2 over 2. Okay, here I got two zeros for the given function. That is two values for x. That is negative 2, a positive square root of 2 over 2. The other one is negative 2, negative square root of 2 over 2. We find this stuff exactly in answer choice D. The correct answer choice for this question is D.